there first. All right, I'm going to look there first. Always look there. Always look in chronological order first. Even though an except not least question or true/false question doesn't have to go in order, always start there first to look for your keyword language. Here I see climatic changes. Okay, and I see dinosaurs. Okay, so now I can look in this sentence and try and look for my answer. All right, I'm looking for which change is true. Critics also point out that the shallow seaways have retreated from and advanced on the continents numerous times during the Mesozoic. So, why did the dinosaurs survive the climatic changes associated with the earlier fluctuations, but not this one? All right. So, in the past, the shallow seas have retreated from and advanced on the continents numerous times during the Mesozoic. Why did the dinosaurs survive the climatic changes and not this one? Alright, let's look at choice A. Climate changes associated with the movement of seaways before the Cretaceous period did not cause dinosaurs to become extinct. Okay, that's what will be true. That one is true right there. Okay? Climate changes associated with the movement of seaways before the Cretaceous period did not cause dinosaurs to become extinct. Alright, because, again, that's what our keyword sentence there says. It says the shallow seas have retreated back and forth numerous times. So why did the dinosaurs survive the climatic changes associated with earlier fluctuations, but not this one? Alright, and also another thing that can help you is this is a question. Alright, and if this keyword sentence is a question, the next sentence provides the answer. So when you look at that next sentence also, whenever you have a question, you always look at the next sentence, okay? That's just naturally something you should do anyway. Alright, our keyword sentence is a question. If we look at the next one, although initially appealing, the hypothesis of a simple climatic change related to sea levels is insufficient to explain all the data. Insufficient to explain. So this argument of climate change and sea levels is insufficient to explain all the data. So again, that helps us to know that our correct answer choice for number 5 is A. Alright, that's not the reason why they became extinct. That's what's true. Now again, on the actual exam, if you see that A is your answer choice because it matches the keyword language, and also you knew to look at that next sentence because it was a question, then you know A is your answer. Pick it, move on. Alright? But for the sake of for those of you who got this wrong, I'll explain why the other choices are wrong. Changes in climate before the Cretaceous period caused severe fluctuation in sea level. This one a lot of students will pick because they see the word fluctuation and they go up to the passage and they see the word fluctuation and they pick an answer choice based on exact language. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Alright, the key thing is that you see the word severe. Alright? Whenever you see those qualifying words, those descriptive words like that, severe, more than, better than, greater than, less than, easily, more easily, severe fluctuation, it doesn't say the word severe. Alright, often on ETS, again, they use those kind of words to make something wrong. Choice C, frequent changes in climate before the Cretaceous period made dinosaurs better able to maintain a livable body temperature. Better able to maintain. Alright? It does not say that. Okay? Does not say that at all. And the reason why I know this is wrong also is, again, we have something saying dinosaurs were better able to. You see no indication at all of this language. Same thing with severe. Alright? Before the Cretaceous period, there were few changes in climate and dinosaurs flourished. This one uses a lot of language, a lot of exact language to draw you to it, because you see Cretaceous, you see changes, you see climate, you see dinosaurs. You're like, wow, this is a match. It's not. It's a trap. They're using exact language to trap you. How do I know this is wrong? They use one of those words again. Few. Word few. Alright, they often throw words in these questions. Few, better able to, severe. They use those words to make an answer choice wrong. When you see them, be very wary of that answer choice. The only time I really have seen it where that language is used correctly is sometimes they'll have that kind of language. You'll see that kind of language in the actual keyword sentence itself. Okay, but most of the time they use that language to make something wrong. Number 6, the word fluctuations in the passage is closest in meaning to what? The word fluctuations in the passage is closest in meaning to what? Alright, so let's go. That's a vocabulary question. So why did the dinosaurs survive the climatic changes associated with the earlier fluctuations? Alright, but not this one. Right, so we have the words changes associated with earlier fluctuations, changes, fluctuations. That means they're in the same family. Okay, that word helps me know that this sentence is talking about changes. Extremes, that's not changes. Extreme, the word extreme means one on one end and the other end. Alright, retreats, no. Retreat is a change in one direction. Alright, it's going in one direction. Periods, no. The answer is variations. Variations, because we're not talking about one change. We're talking about changes, plural. That means there's more than one change. Alright, and that's dealing with a variation. Alright, which is also what a fluctuation is. A fluctuation is like when you look at a graph and you see a wavy line that goes up and down, up and down, up and down. That's a fluctuation, okay? And that's also a variation, and that's also changes. Question 7. Which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence in paragraph 4? Alright, so here we're dealing with a paraphrase question, okay? Let's handle our paraphrase question properly. We know with a paraphrase question that we need to focus on. We need to focus on synonym language. If you find your answer that uses synonym language, you find your right answer. That's all you need to do. Find your answer that has the same meaning and uses synonym language. The other answer choices will be traps. Okay? They'll have information that's incorrectly stated, or they'll be half true, or they'll mix the information and say one part of the sentence is the cause of another part of the sentence. These are all the traps they use for a paraphrase question. Not a lot of traps. Just be familiar with them from our course, and you won't fall for them. All right. So let's take a look at the sentence itself. Here we go. Here's our sentence. Many plants and animals disappear abruptly from the fossil record as one moves from layers of rock documenting the end of the Cretaceous up into rocks representing the beginning of the Cenozoic, that era after the Mesozoic. Whenever you see something like that in parentheses, what they're telling you is that previous language, this previous language here, is the same as this right here, Mesozoic. Okay, so this is the same language as this previous sentence states, the Cretaceous up into rocks representing the beginning of the Cenozoic. It's that era they're describing. Okay, that's really important to understand from a grammatical standpoint what that means when something's in parentheses like that. All right, and when we look at it, The fossil record suggests that there was an abrupt extinction of many plants and animals at the end of the Mesozoic. That's our correct answer. Okay, that's our correct answer. It has the same meaning, and it uses synonym language. All right. When you look at the synonym language, we see the word extinction, we see the word disappear, we see the end of the Mesozoic substituted for that language that it was defining before. All right, and we see the words suggest. So we know that this is our keyword. This is our sentence that has the same meaning. Okay, and it uses synonym language. Choice B is wrong. Few fossils of the Mesozoic era have survived in rocks that mark the end of the Cretaceous. That's not mentioned. Okay, it does not talk about few fossils of the Mesozoic have survived in rocks. Fossils, choice C, fossils from the Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic up to the beginning of the Cenozoic era have been removed from layers of rock. No, it doesn't say that. This one's using a lot of the exact same language. Cretaceous, Mesozoic, Cenozoic. This is really mixing up the language in choice C. Mesozoic was a description of the period from the Cretaceous to the Cenozoic. All these should not be used this way. Okay, so this is an incorrect statement. Plants and animals from the Mesozoic era were unable to survive in the Cenozoic area. It doesn't say that. Again, that's wrong. All right. Number 8. In paragraph 4, all the following questions are answered except. Okay. We have an except not least question. All right. So again, here with an except not least question like this, all the following questions are answered except. So that means what? 3 are true, 1 is false. 3 are true, 1 is false. So let's look at paragraph 4. First question. Why is there a layer of clay between the rocks? Why is there a layer of clay? Let me find my words. Clay. Here we see the word clay. Here we see the word clay. Now let's see if they tell us why there's a layer of clay. Between the last layer of the Cretaceous rock and the first layer of the Cenozoic, there's often a thin layer of clay. Okay, it doesn't tell us why there's a layer of clay. Scientists felt that they could get an idea of how long extinctions took by determining how long it took to deposit this 1 centimeter of clay. Still doesn't tell us why there's clay. So actually that choice is our answer. It doesn't tell us why there's a layer of clay. It mentions the clay. It tells us why they're interested in the clay, but it doesn't tell us why there's a layer of clay. Why? Choice B is found. Why were scientists interested in determining how long it took to deposit the layer of clay at the end of the Cretaceous? Why were they interested in it? It says here, scientists felt they can get an idea of how long the extinctions took by determining how long it took to deposit this 1 centimeter of clay. So that's the reason why. That is the reason why they were interested in determining how long it took to deposit the layer of clay. What was the effect of the surprising observation scientists made? Dissatisfaction with conventional explanations of dinosaur extinctions led to a surprising observation that in turn has suggested a new hypothesis. Alright, so here's that question is answered right here. Dissatisfaction with explanations, alright, led to a surprising observation. Alright, and so we see, and then we see the effect of the surprising observation in the next part right here. let's see. Why did scientists want more information about dinosaur extinctions at the end of the Cretaceous? That one is answered as well. Why do they want more information? And they thought they could determine the time it took to deposit the clay by determining the amount of by determining the amount of the element iridium it contained. Okay, that's a really tricky question. You know, when they have the question like this, where they're saying which of these questions is answered, it can be time consuming. But I knew that A was my answer right away because there was nothing that said why there was a layer of clay. It just told us there was clay. Alright? Next one, the word bombard in the passage is closest in meaning to what? The word bombard. Alright, here we go. If you don't know what the word bombard is, let's look in our sentence and see if we have any context clues. Even today, microscopic meteorites continually bombard Earth, comma, falling on both land and sea. So because we have that comma here and I have this dependent clause, falling on both land and sea, I know that's a description of the word bombard. Again, understanding that about grammar and language and the English language, that this dependent clause is further explaining what the word bombard is, what the word bombard means. So bombard is related to falling on land and sea. That's what the word bombard is related to, falling on land and sea. Approach, no. That doesn't deal with falling on another thing. Strike, that's our answer. Okay, the word strike deals with one thing falling onto another. A meteorite striking the earth. A person's fist striking another person, hitting another person. One thing falling onto another or hitting another. So that's our answer. Pass is wrong, circle is wrong. Get rid of them and move on. We have given you a lot of vocabulary in this course to study. A lot of the proper academic vocabulary, a lot of the proper academic words that they use in the actual passages. And so if you use our vocabulary list and study our vocabulary list, then you'll be in really good shape in terms of being able to do well. Let's look at number 10. Paragraph 5 implies that a special explanation of the ear in the boundary clay is needed because. Okay. Key word in the question is special explanation. Alright. We see the word imply, so we know we're dealing with an inference. Inference or imply question. And we know it's in paragraph 5, so I need to go find that language. Okay, I need to go find that language and see if I see my answer. Because that's where it's going to be. Again, here is the previous sentence talking about